Over the course of the past few months, I've been putting in polls on my community tab to see which helmets in the NFL currently you think are the best and which ones you think are the worst. And round by round, you guys voted who you thought was better than the other. 7 rounds later and we have our results. This bracket was double elimination, meaning you had to lose twice to officially be eliminated. This ranking was heavily influenced by you guys. Let's go ahead and break it down. At 32, we have the Cleveland Browns. They lost in round 1 of the winners bracket, or just the general bracket, and then lost again in the losers bracket round 1. And I get it. It's just a solid brownish orange color. There's really nothing spectacular about it. They ranked last in my logo video, so I get 100% why it's ranked 32. Much less reasonable is the 31 ranked Kansas City Chiefs. They lost in the first round, and I get it, they lost to the Broncos in round 1, but I didn't think they'd lose in round 2. Or maybe I did. I don't hate their helmet. It's a bright red helmet, and I don't hate the arrowhead on the side. It's actually pretty cool. Definitely think it should be higher, but what are you gonna do? At 30, I have another one that's pretty shocking, and that's the Carolina Panthers. If this was their alternate black helmet, it would have ranked much better. But at the end of the day, while I don't think it's the worst, it's not that spectacular. It's silver with their logo slapped on it. It is what it is. At 29, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Personally, I think they should have actually been lower. I'm not the hugest fan of their logo, and I'm not a fan of the plain white. So overall, I get why it's this low, especially when it went up against the Seahawks. At 28, we have the Chicago Bears. Icon status will only get you so far. Everyone recognizes that C logo, but it doesn't make it interesting. The orange alternate helmet could have potentially saved it, but they lost 67-33 in the loser bracket. At 27, we have the New York Jets. I'll be honest, I like the dark green color. It's a nice modern touch to the design. I personally would have ranked it higher, but I get what teams they lost to as to why they're so low. And I gotta be honest, all these teams that were eliminated in the first round were pretty much blowouts. Like the Jets lost 62-38. The next team lost 60-40, that being the Indianapolis Colts. The white and blue is a great combo, and I think the logo's pretty standard, but again, it just lost to better logos out there. And rounding out the round 1 losers of the loser bracket, we have the New York Giants. I'm honestly shocked that they ranked this low. I'm not the biggest fan of the NY logo, but damn it, that dark blue is so iconic. It is a great color to look at, but you guys felt otherwise. In the second round of the loser bracket, we had 8 more eliminations, beginning now with the biggest blowout being the Tennessee Titans, losing to the Saints 75-25. I don't think this is the best mesh in terms of logo and helmet color. The blue on blue to me just doesn't mesh well, and I get why it lost in the second round. 24th is where it lands. At 23, we have another AFC South team in the Jacksonville Jaguars. For me, this one is just a bit too simple, so I get why it's ranked this low. There are so many other black helmets out there, and the Jags teal just isn't also the best mix. If it was their black and yellow hue combination from back in the day, then we're talking something else. But it's too simple for me, so I get why it's this low. At 22, we have the Denver Broncos getting blown out by the Seahawks yet again. This is an iconic logo, so I'm surprised it wasn't higher. Maybe it's the color scheme, but the logo by itself should have carried this helmet. This is 100% too low. But this is why I love making these lists. You just never know what will happen. And at 21, we have the Dallas Cowboys. Trust me, once you get past that nostalgia of the logo and the color combination, it is a pretty basic helmet. It's a star with an outline and a silver borderline gray color. That's it. I'm not trying to hate, there's just better ones out there. At 20, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't get me wrong, I hate these guys, but I am shocked that they lost to the Detroit Lions in round 2. It stands out as a better black helmet compared to one like the Jacksonville Jaguars, and has the unique touch of having the logo on just one side. It's unique, it stands out, it's iconic. I don't know how it lost to the Lions. And that, my friends, is gonna be very common. At 19, we have the Green Bay Packers. Geez, 3 straight nostalgic looks between 21, 20, and 19. The Packers' green and yellow helps it stand out. There's truly no other helmet like it. It should be higher. And at 18, we have the San Francisco 49ers narrowly losing 54-46 to the Raiders. I love their red and gold combo, but if there's any complaints I have about it, is that the gray face mask just doesn't really do it for me. But if I gotta get so nitpicky that I'm complaining about the face mask, I mean, it's a really great helmet. And at 17, this was the closest in terms of voting that I had in the entire series. You guys narrowly voted out the New England Patriots, who were edged out by the Washington Commanders helmet. The Patriots logo has reached iconic status after 2 dominant decades. The red, white, and blue with the red face masks makes me question how they lost to Washington. And speaking of, at number 16, we have Washington, losing by a huge margin. Look, me, I like it, but I don't know how it survived this long. It beats some popular helmets in my opinion in the Patriots and the Giants. The burgundy is a color that is very underrated and synonymous with Washington football. At 15, we have the New Orleans Saints, who lost to the Detroit Lions. The black and gold combo, guys, the black and gold combo by itself should have beat the Lions. And with a unique logo that is the fleur-de-lis, maybe I just like saying it, but the fleur-de-lis, not only did it lose, it lost 64-36. I don't know how that happens. At 14, we have another NFC South team in the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons logo to me is one of the best. The red and black combo combined with one of the coolest logo designs out there. I get why it lost to Baltimore, but damn it, it should have been a little bit closer in my opinion. At 13, we have the Miami Dolphins. The color combo of white, aqua, and orange is fantastic. There's some combos that are so unique but yet mesh so well. You combine that with when they play in Miami with the bright sun. This is a fantastic helmet, y'all. Now, getting into the round 4 of the loser bracket, we're starting to see some big names starting to fall down. And at 12, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I like the Raven logo. I just think it lost to one of the best in the NFL, and you guys definitely let it be known in the voting. The purple and black is a great combo, and it does get bonus points for me for the purple stripe that goes right down the middle that I think is very underrated. Maybe it's because I see it twice a year. I don't know why I noticed it, but I noticed it, and I think it gets bonus points for that. At number 11, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. I know I keep saying this, and I know there's only so many slots, but this should have been higher. And I'll be honest, maybe the logo is carrying it for me due to the silverish, blandish helmet color. I don't know what it would make it better. I just love the logo. I don't know why I love the logo so much. I think the logo should have carried it into the top 5, but it is what it is. Cracking the top 10, hopefully I'm not cracking my voice, is the Buffalo Bills, who lost to the Detroit Lions. Again! This is a team that the Detroit Lions should not have beaten, but here we are. The red, white, and blue on the Bills color is done way better than it is on the Patriots. And their alternate, oh my gosh, is even better. Had it been their alternate, I promise you it would have ranked top 5. But top 10 is, I guess, more than fair. At number 9 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just love the logo, but when you combine it with the helmet, something definitely is missing. 9 isn't terrible, especially when their logo ranks 2nd in my previous video, so it is what it is. Going into the round 5 loser bracket, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They were discombobulated in this round. The carbon fiber down the middle is an excellent and underrated touch, yet to me, the neon eyes on the helmet bring it all together, which is why I get why it's in the top 8. At number 7, I don't know how I feel about the primary helmet of the Houston Texans making it this far. I will say though, their alternate, the all-red alternate, is goated. But to me, this was one that ranked way too high. This is one that I see why the Lions beat it. It's a run-of-the-mill helmet. It's got the cool logo, but doesn't move me that much. Alright, these rounds are starting to go faster now because we're already in round 6. And in round 6 of the loser brackets, we have the LA Chargers. This is simple yet fantastic. The powder blue with the yellow lightning bolt paired with the lightning colored face masks makes it one of the best white helmets in the NFL. But it just misses the top 5. Now, at number 5, and I don't get how it made it to the top 5, but here we are. We have the Detroit Lions. Let me remind you guys, the Detroit Lions logo won number 1 in my voting in that previous video, and it ranks top 5 here. I don't know how it made it this far. I'm just not seeing what y'all are seeing. The silver and blue is great, and the logo is good, but maybe the success on the field is what's really pulling the weight here. I just don't see it. Alright guys, we are in our top 4. And if you guys aren't sure who these 4 are, trust me, any 4 of these helmets could rank number 1. So in the round 7 loser brackets, ranked at number 4, we have the Los Angeles Rams. They were narrowly eliminated by Philadelphia. The horns around the helmet help it stand out, and the blue just adds another touch to the look. At number 3, we have the Minnesota Vikings. This is my personal second favorite helmet in the NFL. The purple is hard to miss, and the horns is what really, to me, make it stand out. I don't care if real Vikings didn't wear helmets. These ones do, and they are great. In the top 2, ladies and gentlemen, these 2 are both technically winners. The only reason one's ranked higher than the other is that one of them did lose a round, while the other one never did. At number 2, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. They would beat the Vikings in the battle for second place. Yet their one loss, funny enough, came at the hands of the Rams themselves in round 3 of the original bracket. Similar to the Rams and Vikings helmet, the Eagles look is nostalgic. The green is nostalgic, but the Eagles wings set it over the top. For as great as it was, it still did lose a round. But at number 1, this helmet never lost once. At number 1, defeating the Vikings in the finals, we have the Cincinnati, or I should say my Cincinnati Bengals. The orange with the black stripes. There is nothing that looks like it. And don't get me started on those all-white alternates. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not trying to be biased here when I say the Bengals helmet is the greatest in the NFL, but that's the list. Who was ranked too low? Who was ranked too high? I'd love to get your opinions down in the comments below. If you guys are still here, do me a favor, drop a like and a sub if you haven't done so already. Shout out to my one and only member, you the real MVP for real. Until next time though, shoot boy!